Ceremony, First Lady Sajida highlighted the notable outbreaks of Shigella and cholera in 1977 and 1982, which resulted in significant loss of life in the Maldives. She pointed out that these incidents were closely linked to issues in food safety. Additionally, First Lady Sajida outlined several measures to enhance food safety, stressing the importance of safeguarding the fisheries and agriculture sectors. She said the recent implementation of the Food Safety Act by President Dr. Mohammad Muizzu as a crucial step forward. Furthermore, First Lady Sajida underscored the need for increased awareness about food safety, especially in a country dependent on imports. She noted that certain imported goods require specific temperature controls and handling procedures. In addition, she stressed the importance of protecting the water sources on agricultural islands, citing studies indicating that pesticides and chemicals can infiltrate the soil and contaminate the water layer. At the ceremony, 4 individuals were honored with plaques for their exceptional contributions to food safety. The plaques were presented by First Lady Sajida. The Sri Lankan government confirms that Maldivians traveling to Sri Lanka will be able to obtain 90-day on-arrival visas without any additional fees. Minister of Foreign Affairs Musa Zamir, during an official visit to Sri Lanka, met with Minister of Public Security Tiran Ellis. During the meeting, Minister Zamir expressed concerns over the recent changes in on-arrival visa issuance regulations and requested an immediate resolution to the difficulties faced by Maldivians. The Maldives has recently revised its tourist visa policies, allowing Maldivians to obtain a 30-day on-arrival visa without prior application. For individuals wishing to stay longer in Sri Lanka, a 6-month visa is available, though it incurs an administrative fee upon extension. In response to these concerns, Minister Ellis confirmed in writing that Maldivians would be granted 90-day on-arrival visas without complications as per the visa facilitation agreement between the two countries. He also assured that a solution would be found regarding the annual visa fees for Maldivian students in Sri Lanka and addressed additional visa-related difficulties for Maldivians residing in Sri Lanka. Minister of Health Dr. Abdullah Khalil emphasizes that the effectiveness of food safety laws and regulations ultimately depends on individual actions and responsibility. He made these remarks during a special ceremony in celebration of World Food Safety Day. Speaking at the ceremony, Minister Khalil highlighted the crucial role of safe food in maintaining health. He noted that significant changes have occurred in agriculture, pointing out that while Maldivian farmers traditionally managed agriculture, there are now various agricultural practices across the country, including an increased involvement of foreign workers. Additionally, Minister Khalil stressed that despite the strength of existing laws, the most significant change comes from individuals. He urged everyone to ensure the safety of their food and beverages and encouraged farmers to prioritize the health implications of their produce. The ceremony also included the recognition of 4 individuals who have made long-standing contributions to the state's food safety efforts. Minister of Climate Change, Environment and Energy Tariq Ibrahim emphasizes the crucial partnership between councils and the community in achieving sustainable waste management goals during the inaugural ceremony of Waste Management Corporation Limited WEMCO's operations in Mafushi, Kafoto. He highlighted the request-driven nature of WEMCO's services, underscoring their potential to significantly advance the island's waste management practices, particularly given Mafushi's prominence in local tourism. Addressing the challenges inherent in sustainable waste management, Minister Tariq stressed the critical importance of collaborative efforts between island councils and residents. He underscored the role of individual responsibility in ensuring a clean and exemplary environment, noting the initiative's potential to position Mafushi as a leader in sustainable waste management practices. Minister Tariq also highlighted President Dr. Mohammad Muizzu's close attention to waste management issues and the comprehensive 5-year plan aimed at addressing them. Speaking at the ceremony, Managing Director of WEMCO, Mujtaba Jalil, echoed Minister Tariq's sentiments, emphasizing the shared responsibility between WEMCO and local councils in addressing waste management challenges. He further acknowledged the resource constraints inherent in sustainable waste management initiatives, but expressed confidence in the initiative's ability to effectively collect and manage waste, with Mafushi serving as a pivotal starting point for these efforts. The President's Office initiates the process of accepting applications for the position of member of the Maldives' Human Rights Commission (HRCM), following a vacancy that has reportedly remained unfilled for over a year. Prospective candidates can submit their applications between 800 hours and 1200 hours on June 30, 2024 at the President's Office reception. Application forms are available both at the President's Office reception and for download from the official website. This opportunity presents individuals with the chance to contribute to the protection and promotion of human rights in the Maldives by serving as a member of this independent commission. Established by the government in 2003, HRCM plays a vital role in ensuring and safeguarding human rights across the nation. Comprising 5 members, the Commission serves as a crucial institution in upholding the fundamental rights and liberties of all individuals in the Maldives. Feneka Corporation Limited successfully resolves water service issues in the connected islands of Addu City, ensuring uninterrupted provisions to Hitadu, Maradu, Maradu Fedu and Fedu. The central desalination plant in Hitadu, which faced disruptions during peak hours due to malfunctions, has been supplemented with a borehole pump to address these challenges. To further improve water facilities in Addu City, the Ministry of Construction and Infrastructure has awarded Malay Water and Sewerage Company Private Limited MWSC a 1-year upgrading project. This initiative, valued at $18.31 million, aims to provide a permanent solution to water issues by increasing existing water storage systems tenfold. Once completed, the upgraded system will be capable of storing water for up to 7 days, significantly enhancing water provisions for residents in the region. The awarding of the upgrading project underscores the government's commitment to addressing water challenges in Addu City. By investing in infrastructure improvements and implementing long-term solutions, authorities aim to ensure reliable access to clean water for residents across the connected islands. Minister of Fisheries and Ocean Resources Ahmad Shyam reveals that the government's goal to transition fishing vessels to renewable energy during the Discover Dive event in Vilimale, held in celebration of World Ocean Day. The event also saw the participation of Minister of Environment, Climate Change and Energy Tariq Ibrahim and Minister of Sports, Fitness and Recreation Abdullah Rafiu. Speaking at the event, Minister Shyam highlighted that 99% of the Maldives lies beneath the sea, making the ocean crucial to the nation's economy. He emphasized the need for sustainable practices to boost profits from marine resources. He also reiterated the government's commitment to operate fishing vessels on renewable energy. Additionally, Minister Shyam urged collective efforts to protect lagoons and the broader marine environment. He also stressed the importance of individual responsibility in preserving marine ecosystems for future generations. The Discover Dive event, organized by the Ministry of Fisheries and Ocean Resources, aimed to introduce children to inflatable diving and scuba diving, fostering a love and appreciation for the marine environment. Over 50 children participated, with the ministry aiming to instill a lasting interest in marine life and conservation. The head of a major union representing tens of thousands of people says that workers at tech giant Samsung Electronics in South Korea stages the first strike at the company. Samsung Electronics is one of the world's largest smartphone makers and also one of the only companies globally to produce high-end memory chips used for generative AI, including top-of-the-line AI hardware from industry leaders such as NVIDIA. Management at the firm, the world's biggest producer of memory chips, has been locked in negotiations with the union over wages since January, but the two sides have failed to narrow their differences. Head of the National Samsung Electronics Union said that the first strike at Samsung Electronics is taking place today through the use of paid leave, and it is understood that many employees are participating. He added that it is difficult to provide an exact number, but from what he's seen of the workplace attendance in the morning, there's a significant difference from the usual. Samsung Electronics said it had been diligently engaging in negotiations with the union and will continue to do so. The strike in South Korea is the first walkout by the tech giant's workers. Samsung Electronics is the flagship subsidiary of the South Korean giant Samsung Group, by far the largest of the family-controlled conglomerates that dominate business in Asia's fourth largest economy. Its shares were down 0.13% in afternoon trading in Seoul. Taiwan-based market research from TrendForce said that the strike would not impact DRAM and NAND flash production, nor would it cause any shipment shortages. Samsung accounts for a significant chunk of global output of the high-end chips, but the strike involves headquarters employees, not workers on the production lines. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky will address the French Parliament, and US President Joe Biden is to give a keynote speech on democracy after world leaders marked 80 years since the D-Day landings in World War II. President Joe Biden, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, and French President Emmanuel Macron paid tribute to the tens of thousands of Allied troops who stormed the beaches of Normandy in northern France on June 6, 1944. An additional guest was Zelensky, in a stark reminder of the war being waged for over 2 years in Europe following Russia's invasion of Ukraine in February 2022. He was due to address the National Assembly, France's lower house of parliament, from around 7:45 GMT. Biden will return to Normandy to give a speech on defending freedom and democracy, a cliff-top promontory where German bunkers were attacked by US troops in a daring assault during the landings. The speech to be delivered is likely to be seen as a warning against the risk posed by his Republican rival Donald Trump in the US election later this year. Biden, a Democrat, will unmistakably be invoking the memory of a famous speech given by late Republican President Ronald Reagan at the Normandy clifftop in 1984, where he invoked the American boys of the Pointe du Hoc. Macron will also give a keynote speech in the first French town to be liberated from German occupation after D-Day. Biden vowed never to abandon international alliances or Ukraine in its fight against Russia, a point that swiped Trump, who has publicly questioned the importance of organizations such as NATO. Biden also vowed that under his leadership, the United States, US will not walk away from Ukraine, because if they do, Ukraine will be subjugated, and it will not end there. With Cristiano Ronaldo as a starter this summer or not, Roberto Martinez's Portugal has the quality to conquer Europe again. The issue around whether veteran striker Ronaldo helps or hinders the team still dominates debate over the Euro 2016 winners' chance of glory in Germany. The 39-year-old, playing for Al Nassr in Saudi Arabia, made his tournament debut back at Euro 2004 and is poised to play in his 11th major international competition. Ronaldo has featured at 5 Euros, scoring in each of them, and is the all-time top goal scorer at the tournament with 14 strikes. While his finishing ability is undeniable, Ronaldo is significantly less mobile than he used to be in Portugal, have played some of their best football in recent years in the odd matches he has missed. After struggling through the group at the 2022 World Cup, Ronaldo has benched in the last 16 and Portugal hammered Switzerland 6-1 with their best performance at the tournament. Ronaldo was suspended in Euro 2024 qualifying against Luxembourg, and Portugal romped to a record 9-0 victory with Paris Saint-Germain PSG forward Gonçalo Ramos shining in his stead. Thus far, Martinez has kept faith in Ronaldo, starting him at virtually every opportunity. There are dissenting voices. Martinez has much more to prove after failing to lead Belgium's golden generation, including Kevin De Bruyne, Hazard and Lukaku, to silverware during his 6 years at the helm. However, the Spaniard has started brilliantly with Portugal after being appointed in January 2023. Martinez's side achieved a 100% record in qualifying and have 11 wins from 12 matches under the coach, losing just once in a friendly against Slovenia. The core of Portugal's side is similar to his predecessor, Fernando Santos's reign, but the players are given more license to attack. Starship, SpaceX's massive prototype rocket that may one day send humans to Mars, is poised for its next flight.
It will be the fourth test for the most powerful launch system ever built, vital to NASA's plans for landing astronauts on the moon later this decade, and to SpaceX CEO's Elon Musk's hopes of one day colonizing the red planet. Weather conditions look favorable and the Federal Aviation Administration has given its green light. 3 previous attempts have ended in Starship's fiery destruction, all part of what the company says is an acceptable cost in its rapid trial and error approach to development. SpaceX said in a statement that the 4th flight test turns our focus from achieving orbit to demonstrating the ability to return and reuse Starship and Super Heavy. Super Heavy is the booster, while Starship refers to both the upper stage and the 2 stages combined. The flight path will be similar to the 3rd test, which took place in March and saw Starship fly halfway around the globe before it was eventually lost as it re-entered the atmosphere over the Indian Ocean 49 minutes into the mission. Since then, SpaceX says it has made several software and hardware upgrades and hopes to achieve a soft splashdown for the booster stage in the Gulf of Mexico and a controlled entry for the upper stage. Designed to eventually be fully reusable, Starship stands 397 feet, 121 meters tall, with both stages combined, 90 feet taller than the Statue of Liberty. Its Super Heavy booster produces 16.7 million pounds, 74.3 meganewtons of thrust, almost double that of the world's second most powerful rocket. NASA's Space Launch System, through the latter, is now certified, while Starship is still under development. SpaceX's strategy of carrying out tests in the real world rather than in labs has paid off in the past.
That's all the news we have for today. Thank you all for watching.
ಮಗುಮತಿಗೆ ಸಲಾಮತ ರಕ್ಕಾತಿರಿಕಮಂ ಹೆದಿಫಾವಾ ಕವಾದುತಕ ಸಮಾಲು ವೆಲವ್ವ ಫಿಹಾರತಕ ಮಿಸ್ಕಿತವ್ವಣ್ಣ ದೊರು ಬಂದುವಾಗುತ್ತ ಪಾಕು ನುಕುರವ್ವ ಉಳಂದೆಗ್ ಓವರ್ಟೇಕ್ ಕುರಾಯರು ಓವರ್ಟೇಕ್ ಕುರುಮುಗೆ ಕವಾದುತಕ ಸಮಾಲು ವೆಲವ್ವ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಲಿಮಿಟವ್ವುರೆ ಬಾರಣ್ಣುದುವ್ವ ದುವ್ವಾಯಿರು ಫೋನಾ ಹೆಡ್ಫೋನ್ ಫದ ತಕಿತಿ ಬೇಣು ನುಕುರವ್ವ ಮಗು ಹುರಸ್ಕುರ ಮೀಹುಣ್ಣ ಮಗು ಹುರಸ್ಕುರುಮ ಫುರುಸತು ದೆವ್ವ ಸ್ಯಾಕಲುಗ ಬೊಡೆತಿ ಎಚ್ಚಹಿ ನೂಫುಲ್ಲವ ಮಗುಮಚ್ಚಕಿ ಎಮ್ಮೆಂಗೆ ತಣೆ ಮಗುಮತೀಗ ಎಮ್ಮೆಂಗೆ ಸಲಾಮತ ರಕ್ಕಾತಿರಿಕಮ ವಿಸ್ನವ ಫರುದಿ ಜಿಮ್ಮಾ ಅದಾಕುರವ್ವ
ಹಫ್ತಾಯ ನಿಮಗೆನ್ ದಾಯರು ಎಕಿ ದಾಯರಾತಕುಂ ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ಮಶ್ರಹುಗಾವೆಸ್ ಎತಕ್ ಕಮೆ ಹಿಂಗಾಗೆಂದೆ
ಮಿತನ್ ದಿವಲಪ್ಪೆಗೆನ್ ದಾಣಿ ಗೆದೊರುಗೆ ಮನ್ಸಿದಕ ವಜೀಫಾಗೆ ಮನ್ಸಿದಕ ವೆಗೆನ್
ಕಾನೂನುಗ ಬುಣಾಗೊತ್ತುಂ ಬಿಯ ಮಿಹಾರ್ ತಿಬ್ಬೆವಿ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲರುನ್ನ ಎದವರು ಫುರಿಹಮು ಕುರಂ
ಮಿಯದ್ ಪ್ರೈವೇಟ್ ಸೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಕನ್ನೆ ಫನ್ಸ್ವಿಸ್ ರುಫಿಯಾ ಮಸ್ಕನ ವೇಕ
ಮಿಹಾರ್ ತಿಬಿ ಹುರಿಹಾಯಮೆನ್ನ ಗೊತಿ ದೀಗೆನ್ ತೆಂ ಅಂಗುರಾಲೆಗನ್ ತಿಬಿವೇಕ ನೋಣ್ಣನ
ಮಿ ಕಂಕಮಕಿ ಅಳುಗೊಂಡ್ಮೆಂಗೆ ದಿರುಳುಮ ಗುಳಿಫವಾ ಮುಹಿಮ್ಮು ಕಂಕಮ ವಾಯರು ಮಿಕಂಕಮ್ಗೆ ಮೌಲೂಮಾತ ಇಂಗುಂಬಸ್ ಮುಹಿಮ್ಮು
رئيس الجمهورية دكتور محمد مويز وليد
دكتور حيدر بدالوي راجيಗೆ ಮಿನಿವಂಕಮ ಅಸ್ತಿಗುದಲ
ಗೌಮಿಯತ ಬೆಹೆ ವಕಿ ಮಾದಾಯಸ್ ದೆ ಮಜ್ಲಿಹುಗ ಫಾಸ್ಕುರಿ ಅನೆಬಿಲಕಿ ಮಸಕತುಗೆ ಮಾಹವ್ದೆ ಸಲಾಮತ
ರೈಸ್ ಮಶ್ರೂಗ ದಶನ್ ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ನವಾರ ರಶಗ ಹಫ್ತಾ ಸಾದಗ ಎಮ್ ಇಸ್ಕಮ ದಿಬ್ಬಾ ಫಾಮಾ ಎಕ್ಕಮಕಿ
ಹಫ್ತಾಗೆ ಹದ್ದಹು ರಾಜ್ಯಗೆ ಮಸ್ರಹುಗ ಹಿಂಗ ಎಮ್ಮೆ ಮುಹಿಮು ಖಬರ್ತಕ ಮೌಲೂಮಾತ ಮಿ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ಗೆ ಜರಿಯ ತಿಬೆಫುನ್ನ ಹಿಸಾಬ ತಿಳಿಸ್ತೇಣ
ಹೆದ್ದುವಸ್ ಹುಕುರುದುವಹು ಎಗಾರಗಡಿ ಸುಮ್ಮೆನೆಟುಗ PSM News Sing
ದಿವಹಿಂಗೆ ಕುಳಿವರುವಿಂದ
ಅಳುಮೆನ್ನಕಿ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಷನ್ಗೆ ಹಿಂಗುನ್ ತೆರೆಯ ವನ್ನಾನೆ ಬಯನ್ನು
ವಾಲಿಬಾಲಾಗ ಮಿದೇತಿರೇಕ ಮಸ್ಸುವೆಗೆ ಎದಿಯ ಗೊತ್ತಕಿ ಅಳುವಣೆ ಕಂಬಡುವಂತ ಅಳುವಣೆ ವಾಹಕದಕ್ಕಣ ಮೇಜರ್ ನೆತಿಗೆ
ಎಮ್ಮೆ ಗುಳಿಗೆನ್ನೆ ಕುರಂಜೇನಿ ಏಗ ತೆರೆಗ ಹಮ ಸರ್ಕಾರವೆಸ್ ಗುಳಿಗೆನ್ನೂನಿ ಕಮಿಕಮೆನ್ನು ಕುಡವೇನ ಸೆಂಬೆರವಳ ಗೊತ್ತುಗ
ಕುಳಿವರುಗೆ ಎಮ್ಮೆ ಹೋಗೆ ಮೌಲು ಮಾತು ಅಳುಮಿಂದ ಸೆಕ
ಹಿಂಗಾಫ ಗೊಸ್ಸ ವಲು ತೆರೆ ಗೊಸ್ ಅನಫರದ್ ಫುಟ್ಟರುಗ ಮುಬಾರಕ್ ಬಾಬಾ ಮೀ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಫೆನೆ ಫಾಹನ ಕುರುಮುಗೆ ಎವ್ವಿಸ್ ಇಂತಿಜಾಮ್ ಎನ್ನೆತ್ ಅಂತ
ඒගමානයකි ෆෙඩරේෂන් උන්වස් කෝචුවස් අධි අලුගඩුවස් දිෆා කෝරන් මේ මස්සෙක්ක ෆටරාරි අරහ ඉරාදුකෆී ඇති කාන්වවි
පයි බේෆුරුම් වරන් මලාමතු ගොතු ගාලුගොන්න මෙන්න සිෆකුරක් දිමාකුරක් කමින් ඉගෙතෝ අබදිස් කලෙවෙන් දනි රෙකෝඩ් හදාශේ
කාමියාබ් මිහාරු මිල්ලිබුනෙන් සාකා ආලි සතර හර්ෆහුම් මේ පිරිහෙන් තියෙනවා
එන්නේ තාසා කමයි කොම්මෙ හප්තායි කුලිවරු බින්දුක
City Investments Private Limited presents Kulivaru Vindu. ಫಲಸ್ತೀನು ರೈಯತು ನಂಗೆ ಹಿವುಮಟ್ಟಕ ಕೌಮಿ ಫೆಮರುಗ ಬಾವಾ ಖಾಸ ಟೆಲಥಾನ್ ಫಲಸ್ತೀನಾಯಕು ದಿವೆಹಿಂ ಮಿ ಜೂನ್ ಮಹುಗೆ ಬಾರವಣ ದುವಹು ಹೆಂದುನು ಅಗ್ಗಡಿ ಸುಮ್ಮೆನೆಟುಂ ಬಾರಗಡಿ ಸುಮ್ಮೆನೆಟ